This is my 1970 Norton Commando Roadster in a million pieces everywhere. Boxes of pieces. There's the frame, had it welded up. New fork tubes in that box there. All kinds of parts. My bead blaster, and right now I'm doing the Covenant fork damper upgrade, and here is the fork damper here with the holes down too low. They should be in the middle of this taper, and some people even drill them just above it. And there is a kit you can buy from Australia that'll fill these 4 holes. It's a bushing that slides over the top, or a sleeve, and I was going to make one, but I don't have a lathe. And you can also weld them in or glue them in or whatever. But I went to the Restore today and found this piece of aluminum pipe for $2. And it's the inside diameter is 24 millimeters, the outside is 25.5. This here part of the damper is 24 millimeters. It's perfect, I think. I'm going to try it. So I'm going to cut a piece off the end, clean up the burrs on the end, and I think I'm going to have to heat it up to put it on, because it's, it's not going to slide on like that. So I'm probably going to have to heat the aluminum up a little bit. I cut a piece off, and it wouldn't slide on. I had to heat it up and press it on, and it came out pretty good. I made it a little bit longer, so then I just kind of ground it down a little bit at the end to get a nice finish on it. And you don't want the bushing to be any thicker than this taper. Trying to hold the camera and do this. If it's any thicker, I'm not sure about what the interference is going to be with the bottom of the fork tube, but I know the Australian ones are made so they're just about flush with this. So you've only got about a 1 millimeter to 2 millimeters of room to put this bushing on. I did heat it up. It went on real snug, cooled it off, and it's on there tight. So that's good. I already made a second one for the other side. And I had to Dremel it out a little bit to take the burrs off. And this aluminum tubing is it's not one piece. It's been welded. Let's see where I can find the seam in it. There's a seam in the center of it. I don't know if you can see it there in the light. So there was a little bit of a bump there, so I had to Dremel that off a little bit. But besides that, it fits perfect. So I just have to drill 2 1/4-inch holes in here now, not 4 as previous, just 2 holes, and I'm going to put mine in about the middle of this taper. Just going to drill a 1/4-inch hole on either side now that I've got the other 4 holes plugged, and I ran a pilot hole through there. I think it's about a 1/8 inch, and then finish it up with a 1/4-inch hole about dead center. There we go, the 2 holes in there. This whole damper acts kind of like a hydraulic syringe, and this is the piston that goes in the syringe, and as it pushes down it compresses the oil, and it was just blowing out the 4 lower holes. There was just too much release, and the rod would be bottoming out and banging. That's the clunking you're hearing when it bottoms out. So by plugging those 4 off, drilling the holes in here, Now, at least if the piston, when the piston gets to here, it's compressing oil. It's not going to bang metal on metal. That's the whole idea of this Covenant fork upgrade. And there's actually a couple other things you can do as well too, by lengthening this rod so it doesn't bottom out on the way up as well too. On the way up it tends to bang at the top as well too. There's a couple other upgrades you can do as well.